What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, CLT Aviation 13 with a quick video today. This is my updated showcase of my 1 to 200 scale collection with the, you'll see on the left hand side of the screen there's a UND Cessna 172. That of course isn't a 1 to 200 model. Just want to throw it in because I did get it last year as a custom made model, which I'll talk a little bit more once we get to that. But anyways, the order of today's video, we're just going to start with the Dash 8 and then we'll move down the first row right to left, and then we'll go basically from AirTran to the Alaska, and then Air Canada to US Airways 762, and then we'll do that UND Skyhawk, and then finish up at that 330 200 on the top right corner of the screen. So anyways, thanks again for dropping by, and we'll get this thing rolling. So here's that US Airways Express Dash 8 300 in the 1 to 200 scale. Sometime in the future, I would like to get the previous colors of the US Airways Express Dash 8, which was in that navy blue, just to kind of complete the set, since we have the American Eagle Dash 300 before the aircraft was retired a little, a few years ago. Next up, we have a Delta Connection CRJ 200 operated by SkyWest, and this purchase was made last year. A big part of that reason was used to fly to CRJ2 Grand Forks all the time for college, so it was kind of more of a, since I rode on this type of plane back and forth between Grand Forks and Minneapolis quite frequently throughout my 4 years of college, that I decided it'd probably be nice to have a little, symbolic place in my collection. So I picked it up on eBay for a pretty reasonable price, actually. Here we have the Midwest Connect CRJ 200. This was released not too long ago. Huge fan of Midwest, actually. They were a really cool airline. We saw them here in Charlotte for a brief period of time. They flew Milwaukee, Charlotte twice a day on the CRJ 200. So I remember seeing them a little bit before. They weren't here too long. I just remember for a brief amount of time they did operate service here. Next up, American Eagle Embraer 145 in the old livery, followed by the Piedmont American Eagle Embraer 145. Model turned out good. I still think the colors are still too dark. They still cannot hit the mark on that, in my opinion, in terms of the American colors, because if you bring over the Dash 8, just as a good comparison, you can just right off the bat just see how much more normal the Dash 8 looks as opposed to the Embraer 145. Again, it sounds nitpicky, but it's kind of goes back to the consistent and the normal fundamentals of, properly doing the 1 to 400 planes and 1 to 200 planes, and pretty much every model airplane for that matter, but it is what it is. Next up, we have the Alaska Q400, which I believe these are going away at the end of next year, I think, 2023. They're getting phased out and they'll be replaced by the E175s. So, kind of wish had an updated one of this, but it's okay. This was my most recent pickup. Definitely had to get this at some point. This is the US Airways Express CRJ 900 operated by Mesa. Now, these particular planes used to fill up Charlotte's E concourse and C early on. They were on the C concourse right when that America West and the US Airways merger was taking place. But yeah, these were a very frequent visitor at one point over the time frame of US Airways, but has since been replaced by PSA, which is our largest regional operator at Charlotte. They operate tons of CRJ 900 flights. I'm not sure what the latest statistic is, but I know at one point it was like 180 CRJ 900 flights a day. So definitely a good assortment of those. This is a new one we're starting to get more of, which is Envoy E175s. These are really nice to get. They park on the E-concourse as well. They have 2 gates as of now that are modified, that are capable of handling the E75s. Takes a little bit more modifications because the E-concourse wasn't really built yet for, it was retooled for CRJs and the ERJ 145s, but they kind of are tinkering around right now with with adding more 175 gates, which I think is a really good thing. I think it's a much better aircraft. I think it's a much better regional jet to fly on myself. Next up, we are going down the line. We have the AirTran 737-700. To this day, I still really miss this airline. As they're recording this video, it's been about 9 years since AirTran service Charlotte. They ended April 13th of 2013. So this is one airline that will always have a good place in my heart. I always loved AirTran. Very, very good airline. Next up, we got that BMI A319. Maybe down the road, I know there's a 1 to 400 A330, 200 of theirs made. Might pick it up if it's possible, but just glad I have that one at least. I'm gonna walk over here so I can kind of get a little closer to the aircraft. Here's that Shamu Southwest 737-500. Really nice plane. This mold is, you won't be able to really tell on the video, of course, just because you have to physically have it in your hands to see how dense the airplane is. It's a very heavy aircraft for a model. It's compared to like the Gemini 319. I mean, this is, to me, it's so light. This one is just like, oh my gosh, it's a tank. So, and then again, you got that AirTran 717. Would be really cool if they would make the old livery of AirTran. I would definitely pick that up for sure. But and Midwest would be a phenomenal 1 to 200 plane to produce on behalf of Gemini Jets, and also in a 1 to 400 scale would also be very beneficial, I think. Right here, the JetBlue blueprint E190. This is probably my favorite 1 to 200 model that I have in the collection, just because it's basically just an X-ray vision of an airplane, and I just think it was designed very, very well, and I think JetBlue did a really nice job with it. Then we got the Barcode Embraer 190 of JetBlue. Again, very nice airplane. Kind of disappointed Gemini Jets has been reluctant to add more of a variety of E190s for JetBlue, but obviously there's probably more to the story than that. They are coming out with the Streamers Talfin design, which is on the A321neo LR. So hopefully that kind of opens the path to more JetBlue models down the road. Would be a really nice treat to get that. And then we have the Air Canada E190 in the old livery as well. Very, very nice. Next up, this is actually one of my other favorites. If I had to put in the top 5, I'd probably put this one in the top 5, is the Alaska E175, honoring those who served. This is a very well done airplane, and I just can't say enough about that one. Very, very nice. Next up, we have the Air Canada A220-300 in that retro colors. Again, this is another mold that is a solid unit. It is very, very heavy. Not in a bad way, that's just how it's been produced. Hopefully we see a JetBlue one. That'd be a great one to add to the collection. Next up, the Delta MD-88. Oof, I've had this boy for a long time. It's another classic plane that's just, obviously, it was at that point in its airframe life that it had to get retired just for efficiency purposes, reliability, just things of that nature. So just another airplane that's been missed. Oh well, one of my favorites. I have such a liking towards Scandinavian Airlines, but here's the A321. We might have to get an updated one. I just saw that they have E195s now, and I saw JC Wings made a Scandinavian 195, and I was thinking about maybe getting that at some point. Here's the American A321, CFM variant, one of my favorites. Also another one of my favorites right here is the JetBlue A321 in the Prism. Hopefully, again, I always like the JetBlue models. Hopefully Gemini Jets starts producing a little bit more 1 to 200s as well, because I do like to display those myself. They are a little bit more expensive, but they are very detailed, and definitely my favorite scale that Gemini produces at this point in time. Got this one for a steal, this 762. I think I paid like $103 for this, and I know it sounds more than your retail price, but for this aircraft, for the rarity, this is a really, really good deal. So US 762, the only wide-body aircraft I flew of US Airways, actually. I had never had a chance to do a flight on a 330, but very good plane. This is really cool, actually. So I think I got this from Scale Model Aircraft. I can't remember if that's the name correctly. It was a custom order. Ordered it like maybe this time last year, I think. And so of course this is the UND Cessna 172, and I got the registration as N575 ND because that's the aircraft that I got my private pilot's license in. So I thought that was you know, as I get older, it's just nice to kind of have that sentimental value to it, so I can, you know, when I work or have it in, you know, on a desk or something. I just think it's really unique to have something like that, just because I'm proud of that achievement. It's not like you don't just walk out and decide, hey, I'm gonna get my pilot's license, and you come back home with it. I mean, it takes, you know, it takes time to get that. You know, sometimes it takes as little as maybe, I don't know, 25, 30 hours. I think the average time frame window is in that 40 to 60 hours, from my understanding. But yeah, just, you know, thought it'd be really cool to put this in the video. I've had this for a little bit now. I think, like I said, I ordered it in around this time last year. It took quite a bit for it to get produced, which is totally fine. I think I didn't get it till maybe like I think I got around Christmas actually. So this is technically relatively new, even though it doesn't feel like it since I bought it forever ago. But I really wanted to throw this in the video, even though it's not a 1-200 plane, but I thought it'd be really cool to show you guys. It's very nice. I mean, detail-wise, it's, you know, it's got the nice stand, and it looks really good. The coloring is really good. It's very accurate, portrays everything accurately from the real life, you know, UND Skyhawks. They don't fly these ones in Grand Forks anymore. I don't even think they fly them in the Phoenix base anymore. I think it's all like Piper Archers now. Pretty sure that spins a little bit, yeah. So yeah, really cool. This is probably my favorite aircraft in the 1-200 collection. This is Lufthansa A340-600. This used to service Charlotte in the summers before all this stuff happened, and you know, I don't really need to explain all that, but definitely miss this aircraft tremendously. This was my, oh my goodness, this was by far my favorite airplane to see in Charlotte. Have many fond memories of seeing it, and just glad to have a lot of you know, documentation of it over the years, between videos and a lot of pictures and everything, and then just to have the model itself just to hang on to. Very good, very rare airplane, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is extremely rare. But yeah, so that's that one. And then 2 more to go. I'm just gonna keep the camera here and just zoom in, since these are wide bodies. You'll still see the aircraft really well. Here's that Delta 777-200 LR. And obviously they don't fly this aircraft anymore, but very nice plane. And then last but not least, the US Airways A330-200. Another great airplane. I miss the 330 so much. So, oh, how things have changed over a few years. It's crazy. So, oh well. But anyway, guys, this is my updated 1-200 collection. Thank you guys for stopping by for the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope everyone stays good and safe. Take care.